Welcome, everyone. I see the numbers coming up. You know what?
We are streaming on Facebook.
Yay. Awesome. Hey, guys. For those of you that I have yet to meet, my name is Emily Flores, and I am what Optavia calls a global director. And I will be joined by my lovely co-host, Michelle Bamba. Recently, their team hit integrated presidential director, which is a huge, huge deal. So yay, Bombas. If you'd like, I'm not one to say put a 1 in the chat, but I'd love to know how long you've been coaching. So if you'd like to put in the chat how long you've been a coach, that would be fun, because this is for new coaches and for their mentors. 3 weeks, 1 week, love it. 30 minutes. Oh my gosh, you win. Yay. All right, well, we can start rolling, Michelle.
I love it. Hi, you guys. Welcome. We are so excited to have you here. Thank you for that wonderful introduction, Emily. I'm just so excited to be doing this with you. But welcome. Congratulations, you guys, for joining our Optavia family. You know, whether you've been a coach now for a couple of weeks or even a couple of hours, or a couple of days, or even 30 minutes. It really is an honor to be on this mission with you all, because you guys, this is really a mission that you're now a part of. You know, there are so many people out there that need what we have. You know, so becoming a coach has been one of the best decisions of my life. You know, next month, it'll be 4 years since I started coaching with Optavia, and has just been an absolute blessing. So I'm just excited that you are all here to now experience what's going to be just an exciting time in your journey. But I know exactly where you're at. You're new. You may be a little hesitant. You're excited, and now you're just wondering, what to do. Right? The question is, well, now what? What's so amazing about what we do is that, you guys, we have a culture of support. We have a culture of integrity, culture of community, and now we have a culture of support when it comes to being, obviously, an Optavia coach. But no one comes into our mission without having a business coach, having a business mentor team that's going to be right there to support you every step of the way. They're going to help train you, so that anyone that really wants to come in and help a lot of people, grow an incredible business, or even help a few people, you now have the resources at your fingertips. So Emily, let's kind of start it off and kind of break down the foundations before we get into the actual first steps. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it to you and talk about, the basic foundational keys to success.
Perfect. So excited to be here with you guys tonight. Like Michelle said, I remember being new, and oh my gosh, like I was overwhelmed and nervous and wondered if I'd made the right choice. And I wondered if I could even be good at this whole coaching thing. And so I hope to kind of normalize that feeling for you. It's totally fine. And I know there's a lot that kind of comes at you as a new coach. There's new groups and new dings and Facebook and blah, blah, blah. So I just want to keep you very focused on what you need to be successful, because they're actually really simple and things that you've probably already come to us with. So the first thing is your support chat, whether it's a 3-way text message, whether it's a Facebook support message, everything you need to know is going to be in there. Number one being that really nice little link that your mentor coach dropped in there, that is your welcome link. There's things in there that we're going to go over, but everything is in that link that you need to know. Your business coach is seriously, just glue yourself to them, bug them. And I say bug because I think it's funny that people think they're bugging us. We love when new coaches are texting and asking questions and blowing up their chat. I love that. It scares me when new coaches are quiet, because I'm like, don't you have questions? So that chat group is ground zero for you. Okay. Third thing is really, I know a lot of, we're clients first. And I think a lot of times when we come into coaching, we kind of get a little sidetracked with coaching stuff. And we tend to forget that we're a client. I want you guys to stay really focused on your own personal health. We always joke that when you're in fat burn, so is your business. And it's true. So don't forget that you're a client first, and staying, in line and true with that also. staying really in your heart and remembering you came to this because you have a heart to serve, not a heart to sell. And so just stay very focused on, who do I want to help? Who do I have in mind? Don't get lost on thinking that we need to sell anything, because we don't. And just really follow the system. We give you everything you need when you need it. And so don't worry about what I do next. You just ask your mentor and we will let you know exactly what you need to do next. Okay, so for some of you, especially the person that's been coaching 30 minutes, you are still waiting for this beautiful kit to arrive. It's really pretty. It's much nicer than the one I received 7 years ago. So that's very cool and exciting. However, there will be no clients that come in the box. That joke never gets old. It still cracks me up. It's such a dad joke, but it's true. There's nothing in there that we need to get started. And so the good news is, honestly, you can probably help like 5 or 6 people before that kit even comes to your front door. So there's nothing in there that we need to get going. Again, everything you need will be given to you by your business support team. So, what can you do while you're waiting for the kit to arrive? Well, you're going to do some of the things that we're going to talk about next, but you really just want to dig in with your support team and start doing practice calls and sending out messages and all that stuff that some of you have already started to do, and we'll get into in more detail. So I want to talk to you guys about the CAB. We call it the CAB. It's the client acquisition bonus. And I want you guys to really stay focused on shooting for it. It's a one-time bonus that you can get. It's an extra $100 for helping your first 5 clients within your first 30 days of becoming a coach. So this means that you'll be rewarded for something that we're already aiming for, which is your first milestone, which is senior coach. And becoming a senior coach is the first big celebration, and that's helping your first 5. And so at that rank, that's what you'll be doing. You'll be assisting 5 people with the support of your mentorship team. So I just wanted to let you know, is the CAB bonus required? No. Is it awesome? Yes, it's an extra $100. So why not shoot for it, right? So that is the CAB. So next up, I just want to kind of explain to you guys what is possible with coaching. We just spoke about senior coach being kind of that first milestone, but I really want to show you guys what's possible within Optavia, because it goes a lot bigger than just senior coach. And I will share this. When I started coaching 7 years ago, looking back, I thought I had these really big goals, but they were kind of small. It was almost like when someone starts the program, and a lot of people, when you do a health assessment, will give you this really safe goal. They'll say, well, I think I don't want to aim too high. And they'll give you this number. And I always chuckle to myself because I know that's going to change. But I think we're even scared to say the real number that we'd like, maybe to lose or to earn. And it's just fear. What if we don't stick to it? What if this doesn't work? What if? So I want to just encourage you guys, what if you could actually dream a little bit bigger? I was able to hit the rank of executive director in 6 weeks because I was very, very focused. That's exactly the amount that I needed to leave my full-time job. I had just had a baby and was very laser focused on staying home with him. So and it's great. Yay, I moved really fast. However, I didn't think a lot bigger than that. And I stayed at executive director a pretty long time because I was just comfortable. I was really comfortable there. That's all I needed. Not a penny less, not a penny more. So I don't want you guys to be like me. I want you to really take a look at this right now and see what is truly possible through coaching, and think about, okay, maybe what that safe goal is going to be, but what's going to be that next step past that.
Awesome. All right, guys, let's get into sharing and caring rather than selling and telling. So it's really important to remember that we have to have a heart to serve people, right? We want to have a heart to help people, but we're really all about sharing and caring versus selling and telling. And that's more than, a cute little statement, but even the way that we share the program, there's a unique way of sharing. That way that, we're really tapping into someone's motivation and what it is that they're looking to do versus trying to convince someone to do our program who aren't ready. How many of you are actually really glad that you don't have to be an incredible salesperson to be a successful health coach? How many of you are saying, okay, thank God, because that is not me, right? I know for sure that was me 100%, that I love that I didn't have to be a salesman because I would have failed a long time ago. So it's really about asking questions and learning what they want, and really just learning about them and learning what is it that they're looking to do versus trying to sell them or to close them. Maybe you come from a sales background. So you may see that, we're going to get a little bit out of our own way of something that we already are comfortable with or something that we already know. And we're going to change a lot of our verbiage too, because we never want to close anyone. We never want to sell anyone. We are really always, you're going to hear this a lot. We're looking for people who are looking for us. And during the 3-way calls with your coach, they're going to really model that for you. And that's where you're going to really learn from them. So who do you know? Okay, so I hope you guys have paper and pen or even the notes on your phone ready for this next activity. We're going to write some names down. So I want you to think of maybe 3 to 5 people that could use the program. Or maybe have already maybe talked about it. Maybe they've started noticing your weight loss. These are people that have already been asking you about it. Those are the top people that we always want to start with. Maybe it's a past diet partner that you once had, or a family member who has had health issues. So I want you to right now write down those names of the people that first come to your mind. The people that come to your heart as you're thinking about who could benefit with what we have to offer. The people that come to our mind first are the first few people that we really want to focus on as we create this list. So go ahead and write some names down. This is actually going to be one of the action steps for tonight, but I do want to encourage you that before, getting up from where you're at after this call, I want to encourage you to start creating your list. You're going to see that we work from lists. Those are the people that we really, every single month, we're going to want to create a list of people that we want to, impact, put ourselves in front of. So these are the people that we're going to connect with. Okay. So just make sure that you just get those names on that piece of paper or in your notes. And then we're going to get into 3-way communication. Okay. So you can do this over the phone. You can do this over Zoom. Zoom is always great too, because you can really visually obviously see the person, but you're going to get a lot of questions. How much does it cost? How long will it take? How does it work? How much weight will I lose? You're going to get a million different questions, and you're going to get the how questions and you're going to get the what questions, but we're really going to encourage is that the reason why we're setting up these 3-way calls is that you're going to learn that before you get into the how or before you get into the what, the most important question that we're going to want to ask is the why. And not to just ask the question, why, but we really want to help that person really think about what they want to do with this program, or what does success look like? We really want them to be successful in that area of health, and we really want to uncover what that looks like for them. And you're probably thinking right now, well, this is going to be maybe a little awkward, inviting them to these 3-way calls and not knowing what to say. Well, the most amazing thing is you don't have to worry about what to say. Your business coach is actually going to be on these calls with you, and they're going to lead this call so that you don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to know all of the details. And that's what your coach or having your coach on this call is for, that they're going to model what this call will look like for you to learn. So how do we invite these people to a 3-way conversation? My biggest advice, you guys, is to not make this weird and to not make it awkward. It's just a conversation. You're just inviting them to a conversation to see if our program is a fit for what they're looking for. They've already been asking, I'm sure they've already been asking you questions as far as what this is about. And so what's great is that because you are new, you can share with them that, hey, you know what, I'm still new and I'm still in the process of training. I'm still in the process of learning. And so I'm going to invite you to come on a call with my coach. They've been doing this a little bit longer, and they're going to make sure that all of your questions are answered, and that you know exactly what this program is about. because we know that they're probably going to have a lot of questions, right? And so this is really the perfect opportunity for you just to say that you're brand new, that you're in the process of even training, and that you're going to get on a call with them so they can, number one, A, they can get all the questions that they're looking for. And then B, on top of getting all the questions, you're learning, right? You're actually learning what this process looks like, how a health assessment is ran, so like I said, you guys, we're only looking for people that are looking for us. We're not going to pressure anyone into doing this program. And that's not really what this call is about. This is really for your purpose of learning, of knowing how a health assessment works. So for me, that really takes the pressure off, right? Is that we're only looking for people that are looking for us. We're not going into this call thinking that we're going to get a client out of that. So really, when you go into this call, just know it can go both ways. Maybe they're not looking for this offer, maybe they're not looking for something like that. And you guys, that's okay. If they are, awesome, right? We're just trying to see if the puzzle pieces fit together, if this is a fit for what they're looking for. So what you're going to be hearing, is the goal of these calls is to really help that person take AIM. What AIM stands for is for Awaken Intrinsic Motivation. You're going to understand this a little bit more later, but you're going to hear your coach ask, well, what are you looking to accomplish? Why do you want to be healthy? When was the last time you were there? Every time that we ask these questions, you're going to get a little bit deeper and deeper below the surface. And you're trying to get away from the surface, because you really want to tap into their heart. You really want to tap into, what is their motivation for wanting to make this change? This is where the majority of this call is going to be spent. Talking about the how and the what, that takes about 5 to 7 minutes. So you're going to see that the majority of this call is going to be learning more about them. We really want to see if those puzzle pieces fit together, and we really want to get to see if this is really a fit for what they're looking for. And like I said, it may not be, and that's okay, but these are the questions that you're going to be hearing your coach talk about, because we're really going to dive deep into the surface, because their motivation is really what's going to help them get to where they want to be.
Oops. Hi, I was muted. I want to piggyback off what Michelle said. And this is what I always tell my new coaches. Don't get bogged down with needing to hit every single question and do this very clinical health assessment. I was a therapist in my past life. And so that's kind of how I came to the health assessment. I was very like, I got to check off the boxes. I got to go over everything. And once I started to just have fun with it, imagine that, this can be fun, and make it more of a conversation. Oh my God, like not only did I start to actually enjoy health assessments instead of being nervous and I would get all sweaty and shake, like I was such a wreck. But once I started having fun with it, I was like, why have I been stressing this whole time? Like the goal is to make them talk more than me. I used to do health assessments and oh my gosh, I would do like 3 or 4 in a row and my throat would hurt. I would feel like I was going hoarse because I was going on and on and on. So I think a good health assessment when you get off is like kind of thinking back, did I do most of the talking or did they? The goal is to have them do most of the talking. So I just wanted to mention that. So once you've done the call, we are going to follow the system just as if it was not a practice call. I don't care if it was your aunt who's already super fit and has no interest in the program. So you think you want to follow the system anyways. So for those of you that haven't gotten your kit yet, this is the most important thing that comes in. It's our file system and binder. So inside you'll get all kinds of different folders. The first one is where people go that you've done health assessments with that aren't exactly ready yet. And so it's this orange folder. So I just wanted to show you what that looks like so that you know what the heck I'm talking about. But once you complete your health assessment, because you'll be taking notes as your mentor is doing the talking. So it's wonderful because you get to be muted and just fill out the paper. But once you're done with it, you're going to put it in that orange binder. That's your follow-up binder. And always remember, when someone isn't ready yet, it's not a no, it's a not yet. I've been doing this long enough to tell you that everybody comes around at some point. It's just that I'm still here. And so I get to see it. If I had quit a couple years ago, I would have been like, nobody wanted to do it because I didn't stick around long enough. So if you stick around and you're consistent, all of these no's are really not yet. So I just want to like get that into your head now that it's never just a straight up no. So you're going to file them away. and you're going to send them a follow-up text. Your mentor will explain what that's about. And you're going to want to follow up. The first follow-up is an official follow-up. So when I end all of my health assessments, I say, okay, like, do you think this is a good fit for you? And if they say they need to think about it, awesome. When do you want me to follow up with you? Be a professional. Put that time down on your calendar and make sure you follow up when you say you're going to follow up. Now, follow-ups after that will not be to follow up and say, are you ready yet? Are you ready to do it? Do you think about it? Are you ready now? That's not how we're going to do it. Following up after that is mostly just being in relationship and checking in and being present in their life. So when we say, like, make sure to follow up with all of these people, it's not a direct follow-up every single time. It's a, hey, how's life? Okay. And if they're ready to go, obviously your coach is going to help you place their first order, which I will talk about next. So I want you guys to understand that this is not how we used to do it. And I actually fought this process when we switched over. And now I'm like, how did I do this before? So when someone does say yes, we are going to want to start everybody with the Essential Optimal Kit, which is the one on the left, or the one on the right, which is the Essential On the Go. Unless someone has a legit allergy or dietary issue, we are not picking and choosing individual boxes. This is going to save you an extraordinary amount of time. It's the difference between taking 5 minutes to place an order and 20 to 30 minutes. I would much rather you spend your time talking to new people, building relationships, and spending 20, 30 minutes on an order, okay? So just make sure that everyone is getting that Essential Optimal Kit and also the books. We don't coach anyone unless they have the Habit of Health system. And we don't want to give out the website to anyone who's not a client yet. We want to be their concierge service and place that first order for them as a courtesy. It's very confusing. I mean, imagine, like, even the first time you edit your second month, I remember being like, oh my God, it's a lot. So just do that for your clients the first time. Don't let them go on your site and order. And we only send the website after they are already a client. So just to be clear on that. And next up, I think this is seriously the most important thing. I could talk about this forever. We've done trainings just on stories. You guys, your story is everything. It's the cornerstone of everything we do. And you should know, honestly, your story more than all these little details about the program. So for new coaches who are like, oh my God, I don't know how to explain the 5-in-1, or I don't know how to explain the diabetic program, or I don't know how to explain the nursing mom program. It's okay. Your mentor will help you do all of that. What you need to get really good at is just sharing your story. So I want you guys to stay in the feeling. People don't really care so much about, you know, how you met your coach or the fine details. What they really connect with is the emotion, because that's what's going to touch their heart. And so I want to encourage you, you know, instead of sticking to facts like, oh, you know, I lost 30 pounds in 3 months. We're looking more for, like, you know, now that I've lost this weight, I feel so much more comfortable to, like, run around the playground with my son. I can slide down the slide with him because now I fit. I don't have to take, you know, naps after work like I used to. So those are the kinds of things that whether someone has 10 pounds to lose or over 100 pounds to lose, they can connect with. Because if you say, like for me, I lost 46 pounds in 4 months, yay. But guess what? Someone that has 150 pounds to lose isn't going to be so much impressed by that. They're going to connect more with the feeling of how I felt before and what changed and how I feel now. So I want you guys to really, really stay in that feeling and think when you're either writing your story for your launch or you're thinking about your story for when you start sharing with people. I want you to think about how you felt, why you finally took the plunge to try this program. How did you feel that first week when you got on the scale and you were like, this is actually working and it's working well? You know, did you have hope again? This is the kind of stuff that we're looking for when we talk about your story. So just remember to be super generous with sharing. Tell everyone, be open about your journey. The more people you share, the more lives will change. And I know as a new coach, I didn't feel that there was anything special about my story necessarily. I certainly didn't feel like lives will change because of me, but I'm here to tell you that lives will change because of you. but you have to be brave enough to open your mouth and share, or else nothing will happen. And so, yeah, we need to know our story just as much as we know program details.
Absolutely. And just to piggyback off of Emily a little bit, is you guys, like Emily said, your story is everything. You know, you're going to see that people are not buying this program because of the name Optavia. They're not buying it because of the name of Dr. A. They don't know who Dr. A is at this point. They're buying this program because of you, because your story has impacted them to change the course of their life and to change and have an impact in their story. So just know that when you're selling Optavia, you're not selling Optavia, you're selling you. You're selling your heart, your story, what is going on with you. And then what you're going to see too is that your story is going to evolve. It will never stay the same. You know, I always say there's phases to your story. You know, right now, newer coaches, you have that story of the excitement. Oh my gosh, you're losing weight. You're feeling excited. You just want to share this with everyone. And I'll tell you this, the coaches that are more successful, it's not because they're anything more special. It's because they've shared their story with that many more people. They've shared it with every single person that was willing to listen, even those that weren't willing to listen. They were just sharing their heart and just sharing with excitement, and that's what people are buying into, is they're excited because you're excited about it. So really keep that in mind as you're sharing your story, is that people are really buying into your excitement. So your story is powerful. Your story is going to change a lot of lives, and your story is going to evolve in time. The beginning stages of being excited, you're losing weight. But then what you're going to start to see is, as you start to impact a lot more people, Optavia is financially going to bless you. And so now your story is going to evolve into not just have you lost weight, but now you're helping other people, and you're getting blessed financially for that. And then, as your story evolves even more, you're going to see that Optavia is a vehicle to absolutely change your life. It has radically changed my life in only 4 years. And that is now what I share is, yes, did I lose weight? Absolutely. And that's going to be a huge part of my story always. But you're going to see that your story is going to evolve time over time. So it's really exciting. So let's get into some action steps, you guys. Remember, action is key, okay? I want you guys to always remember that, is action is key. This is really going to be really powerful for you guys moving forward, is to get into action now, okay? So let's go ahead and invite the 5 people that you've already identified. Remember early, maybe like 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago, I said, start writing those names down, 3 to 5 people. Well, now we're going to invite them to a 3-way conversation with your coach. We want to do this via text or phone call, and we want to do it within 24 hours, and I'll share a little bit why that's so important, to really just let's get these calls in a sense out of the way, because you want to complete at least 2 to 3 3-way conversations in the next few days. And after these calls, you're going to debrief. This is the time, and it's so important to debrief these calls with your coach, to go through maybe the questions. And maybe you have questions about the way that this health assessment, or maybe why they asked it a certain way. So always debrief. And obviously, you guys, a bonus. I mean, how awesome would it be to go see your coach, that first milestone, a week from today, within your first week? It's absolutely possible. People have gotten senior coach in a day, in an hour. It is absolutely doable. But the reason that, we really want to start in and get these calls out of the way is because when we do, we take it straight to social media. Okay. And we'll get into that too. But these are some bonus tips for you guys, is be ready to start a client anytime, anywhere. And can I tell you, that is the freedom that we live as a coach, is that as long as you've got your phone, you've got service, you've got internet, you've got your laptop, whatever, be ready to start a client anywhere, right? As you start to travel, or you go see, well, whenever we can. But as we start to engage with people and really start to get out there, we start to share our story, you're going to find people that are ready right then and there, and they want to learn more. So just know, be ready to start a client anytime, anywhere. Stick with your business coach and mentor team. This is so key on, like Emily was saying earlier, people think sometimes they're bugging us. You guys, no way. This is what we signed up for, is we want you to succeed as a coach. So you are going to be, those that are successful, they are hip to hip with their business coach and their mentor team. Remember, we're going to set the path for you. Your coach is going to set the path for you. You're going to set the pace. Okay. And like I said, action is key. With no action, you can't really get anywhere. So the sooner that we get into action, the better. Look for people who are looking for a solution. You know, we've said this, you know, throughout, is those are the people that we're looking for. Is you may have some people, you know, that really don't focus on the time that we think, okay, well, there's some people that I know that they need it, but maybe they're not ready. Don't put your focus there. You remember, we don't want to try to convince anyone to do this program, because if we have to convince them, you're going to see that it's not going to go very well. And then you're going to feel like, well, what did I do as a coach? It wasn't you. It was because they weren't ready to begin with. So really look for those people that are looking for a solution and utilize trainings. How amazing is it that all the resources that we need are at our fingertips? Optavia, not only does Optavia provide incredible trainings, but this family right here, this organization provides some of the top trainings that you can really help you grow your business. And now let's kind of get into why these practice calls, and we want to get them out of the way. The sooner the better. If you can do them in the next 2 or 3 days, you are going to thank yourself, because the faster that we get through these practice calls, the faster we take it to social media. Social media, you guys, it can be a huge way to really build your business if you're willing to share and be transparent. You know, what we want to do is we want to be social on social media, right? You know, that's kind of what social media was created for. Hello, was to be social, to interact with people, to engage with people, you know, and it really is a great way to widen your circle of influence. You know, so be willing to live your story out loud, to live your life out loud. You know, your social media will be a platform for you to be able to share health posts, before and afters, recipes, but also show your audience who you are as a person. You know, we want to be still us, remember, because now that we're health coaches, we come into this like, okay, I'm a human, now I'm a health coach, what do I do? And sometimes we have a hard time meshing the two. And I want to encourage you guys, you are a health coach and you're still you too. So show that, you know, and we're going to get to that point to where, you know, you're going to just share your story out loud. You're going to show, hey, I'm still who I am. Now I'm just passionate about helping other people too. So, you know, you're going to be sharing about what you are passionate about, you know, on top of health, what you love, you know, even the things that you enjoy doing. So just be willing to just share your heart and just let people know who you are. You know, and then we have an amazing tool, and it's easy, and it's the 3x3x3 that we teach. You know, it's really simple. We're going to add 3 friends a day. You know, we have an incredible auditorium of 5,000 seats in Facebook, where people can come see who you are. People can come see what you do. So we want to continuously add people, because if we're adding people daily, we're never going to have people, you know, we're never going to run out of people to talk to. And I find that funny, because I've had, you know, people to tell me before, well, how are you still, you know, coaching? Like, didn't you run out of people to talk to? Guys, how many people are in the United States? Absolutely not, right? I mean, there are millions upon millions of people that have not come in contact with who we are as Optavians or this program. So we're never going to run out of people to talk to. You know, on top of adding 3 friends a day, we're going to post 3 times a day on social media, and we're going to start 3 conversations. You know, and I don't want to get too much into social media, because I want you to really focus on first getting these practice calls out of the way. And when you are ready for this, your coach is going to do a more in-depth training with you when it comes to social media and how we really utilize that platform to grow and to really get the word out there. So do not focus on any of this right now. This is what it is to come, and this is just an incredible tool to really build our business. So really focus on, you know, getting the word out there, you know, writing those names down, inviting, you know, people to a 3-way conversation, getting these practice calls out of the way, because the sooner that you do that, the sooner that you can go and just launch off to social media.
Yay. Thank you so much for that. Social media is huge, but like Michelle said, don't worry about that so much until you get there. The beautiful thing, like everything else with being an Optavia coach, is you are going to be shown exactly what to do. So I'm glad you're here and excited, but don't go on social media right now if you haven't told your coach and be like, hi guys, like, wait, do it with your coach, because we will show you exactly what to do. And social media was huge for me. I was a new first-time mom when I became a coach, and I could a lot of days not even leave the house. I could barely shower. And so social media was amazing for me, because I got to, I could go out and try to talk to 5,000 people every day with a newborn strapped to me, or I could simply live out loud on social media. Did I say go out on social media? I meant in real life. I don't know what I said. Point being, you can touch a lot of people without leaving your house through social media, and that's the beauty of it. So I want to thank you all so much for being here. Get on every training you can get on. Like, the fact that you're here is the biggest gift to you. I've never been a part of anything, and I've worked for so many different companies where so many people were willing to help, and train me and hold my hand and show me exactly what to do without any strings attached. They did it because they wanted to. And that's how beautiful Optavia is. So get used to people being nice and hugging you and being friendly, because that's just kind of who we are. So welcome to the family. We're so glad you're here, and thank you for spending these past 30 minutes with us. Good night, everyone.